All right, let's stay on the team aspect.
Okay.
On Netflix binge last few days.
Okay.
And one of the things I watched was called Heart of Champions.
Okay.
It's about, I'm guessing, they talk about Harvard a lot, so I never even realized what school they were going to, but Ivy League rowing
Okay.
team, probably set in like the early 2000s, I think. And it's basically covers team dynamic, coach dynamic. There's some other stories going on,
Brutal sport.
father-son relationship was a big part of it. But so they're this underachieving team, basically. Bunch of badasses, Olympic hopefuls, but there's a lot of infighting and there's a lot of finger pointing and there's no leadership. And so the new coach comes in.
Is it a true story?
I don't know.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I don't think so. I have to look it up. But the new coach gets hired. He's like, that's his alma mater. And it turns out like he left the rowing team to enlist for war. And some other people on that team were upset with him because then a couple guys followed him, probably because he was a leader, and they enlisted, and then they didn't make it back. And so it's kind of a side story. But anyways, he's addressing this team for the first time, and they've already shown, how kind of disorganized they are. But I'm going to play this and see what you think.
All right, let me end the suspense. No man is an island. No man is an island. Whatever you do after graduation, you have to find your way with the people around you. They need to rely on you, and you need to rely on them. Because the time may come when your success, your happiness, maybe even your flesh and blood survival will be at stake, and you won't make it on your own. So yes, Kimball, you are here to learn. You are going to learn something that can't be taught in a book or a classroom. Out on that river, men, you will learn how to be a team, not an island.
We already are a team.
Not true. A team doesn't disintegrate in the last 500 meters against Harvard and then point fingers at who to blame. Yeah, I saw that race. Don't forget what I just told you. You are here to learn one of the most important lessons in life. How to work together to achieve the impossible.
That was great.
So, that was in the first maybe 10 to 15 minutes of the movie.
Oh, you're in.
I'm in. Yeah. I was like, this guy is, oh, yeah. That's what team's all about.
Yeah.
I think those are the best teams I've ever been a part of in the fire services. I could say exactly that about them.
Yeah, you have, not only are you everyone's focused on the same mission, but part of that mission is just taking care of not wanting to be the weak link. Where do you think that crews go wrong, like those toxic crews that every department has? Where do you think that?
Well, before he was in this, he gave this kind of speech to him. Mm-hmm. He was asking all them, well, why are you here? I'm here because, some kids, idiots, right? I'm here because it's practice time. I'm here because I'm on the rowing team,
Oh.
I'm here to win. Okay, we're kind of getting there.
Yeah.
And he's trying to push, you're here because, your purpose, is to learn how to do the impossible. That's what he gets to in the end. Do the impossible. The only way you're going to do that is with other people. That part in the beginning, no man is an island.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. You need people around. I mean, I just was never a single member sport person, tennis or swimming. It wasn't my thing. I love the team aspect. That's one of the things that drew me to the fire service.
Even some of those single member sports, when I wrestled, you were a part of a team.
Yeah.
People rely on you for points, and
that's true. When it's a team competition,
you're relying on whoever else was in your weight class. You want them to show up and be a good partner to practice and train with. So even though some of those single member sports are you're still relying on people.
And I'd probably be lying to you if I said it's not it's kind of a disappointment in the fire service because that isn't always the case, right? Because you go, if you go on the fire ground, you are one big team, but at times it just feels very individual. It feels very like, oh, if I mess up today, no big deal.
Well,
That's the truth.
probably right though.
Huh?
They're like, I think, and maybe it's different,
They are right.
but like,
Because it becomes no big deal.
there's there's very little consequence for poor performance on the fire ground.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, where I think that you would get more buy-in from people if they understood or felt like their performance matters, and it does in your group, right? Like, hey, you do a good job on a fire, that feels awesome. You come back to the firehouse and everyone's in a great mood. You go and shit the bed, there's no consequence.
Usually you can hide on the fire ground.
Oh, I know. I've heard people in the
Seen
staying
it.
in the rigs,
Not heard of it, seen it.
or I got a mask problem. I can't go in. My bottle won't turn on.
I forgot a tool. Oh, I forgot my gloves. Oh, I forgot my hood.
And then nothing.
Oh, the fire's over.
Nothing happens. And so I think it's incumbent upon people in your position as a chief.
Oh, you blaming me now?
No,
Dan, I got to take care of
I'm
this.
saying people like you. And people in my position, right? Company officers holding their people accountable of like, hey, what didn't go well? And guess what we're doing next shift? Or, hey, that stretch was terrible. Pull it again while we're here. How would you have done it if you could have done it better? I think that that's how you can make your whole crew better, the whole department better, if you start holding people accountable as opposed to, hey, we shit the bed, let's clean up and go home. High-fiving in the yard. Like, it doesn't make for a culture that I want to be a part of.
But that's a lot of the fire service.
Does it have to be?
No, of course not.
Yeah. Like, make it your own.
I think this is what gets a lot of people to go, okay, my four walls, which it can be valuable depending on where you're in your career. But, that's kind of like saying on a team, it's like, well, just the starters. Just the starters. I don't care about the bench. Just these guys.
I think that creates some pretty high walls and a lot of resentment. Those crews have a lot of resentment.
It's fragmented.
Yeah, because when you get on a fire ground, it's not your four walls.
Right.
It's the four corners of your city
that
are all coming together. And, I think those really good leaders will bring people, regardless of where they're at in their careers, along with them and say, hey, listen, this is how we're doing it. It feels really good. You should try it too. But then there's those crews where their gates and walls are so high that they don't allow anybody else in them. And from my own personal experience, those crews I see why it happens, because you need to be a certain type of person to work in those places. So usually really busy houses those people tend to be very inward looking. Like, hey, fuck everybody else. They're not doing what we're doing. We're the best. Everyone else sucks. That creates a nasty environment. Because when you deal with those people individually, it's great. Oh man, this dude's actually pretty awesome. And then you see them with the rest of their group and they're completely different humans.
It's a problem.
It's a huge problem.
Yeah.
Where nobody really wants to work there.
I think it's a difference. There's a lot of places that people don't want to work because of the perceived work required. There's nothing you can do about that. But if they don't want to work there because of the personality that comes with it, then you might have to look at how that's going.
I think that's the bigger problem.
The personality that comes with it.
Yeah, because let's say those shifts when we got crushed.
Yeah.
But we all loved being with each other, and it's that fourth call after midnight, and we're still cracking jokes in the rig as opposed to people. And this is where I think officers can have a huge impact. You're going on your fifth bullshit call of the night. And instead of being like, this fuck bullshit, why are we going on this? Someone cracks a joke and it makes the whole call go better.
Yeah.
It may, like that.
We're here regardless.
Split second.
And we're all guilty of it, right?
Yeah.
But I think when you and I worked together, we were able to still do a good job of cracking a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to get up in the middle of the night for some bullshit call.
We're all in the same spot.
But it's how can we at least just get through it?
I had an officer that after the fourth call after midnight, he would take us out for donuts and coffee. We'd be getting the rig.
Were you
Oh, I was in.
fake 911s?
Oh, dude, I was
donuts,
calling.
baby.
Yeah, I was calling. And I was like, shit, dude, I want that.
Oh, we'll take that
I
call.
want that Boston cream. No, but like we would get in the rig. Everyone was like, that like, ugh, fuck. And he's like, all right, getting donuts, boys. And like, it just,
Yeah, you're like, at
just
least we're
made
doing something
everything
good here, yeah.
better, And I think those crews, and that was a busy crew, but maybe the busiest I've ever worked on. It wasn't that high walled garden of, toxic, people just being shitty to everyone. Like you provide better service when you're in a good mood. Like of course you're going to. But that sounded like a cool clip.
Yeah, I think you'd really enjoy it. It was
Have you read Boys in the Boat?
I think I may have seen parts of the.
Well, there's a movie
Yeah.
of it. That was a great movie.
Same concept, rowing.
Same concept, rowing, but it was a college from Washington, I think, that ends up going to the Olympics.
Okay.
And
True story or no?
true story.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning into The Standard Issue. Get exclusive content and support the show through our Patreon. You can find the link through the-standard.us. While you're there, check out our premium gear and links to our sponsors. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Till next time.